with something in oral communique. In other words, that there is a word, or maybe a few words, that everybody will have difficulty pronouncing for whatever reason. Every time they try to say it, they practice and practice and practice, but when they try to get out there and they try to say it, they seem to stumble over it. I call it the kryptonite word. That is my kryptonite word. I don't know what other people's kryptonite words are, but according to my communications classes in college, everybody has a kryptonite word or kryptonite words. What's yours? The number that you can call here this evening is toll-free 603-835-3224. 603-835-3224. And from now on, I will not say that word. I will just say, the leaves are changing color. I'll give you a British accent. It is what it is, folks. That's what it is. Back to the hardcore stuff. Something else I'm not fully understanding. This is something that was trending news today everywhere. Not just on. I didn't hear or see anything on the news about this, but it was trending news on places like Facebook and Twitter and on Yahoo. There, they have the Twitter, the Yahoo trending stuff. I saw some trending there of this particular story. University of Rochester students were rescued after a kidnap ordeal. What? So, yeah, I'm like, what? What kidnap? Rochester? Rochester, New York. Now, by the way, depending on what list you're looking at, Rochester is in the top 10 or top 20 of the most dangerous cities in the country. If you can believe it. Rochester, New York. I know, right? Rochester. What the hell? Kodak's. That's it. That's in Kodak. Kodak and Wegmans. That's all that's in Rochester. Maybe that's why there's crime, because there's nothing going on other than that. But University of Rochester students were rescued. 2 college students, and this particular story, a report, I should say, is coming from NBCnews.com. 2 college students were rescued by a SWAT team yesterday, Sunday, after being forcibly abducted and held against their will during an ordeal lasting more than a day. 4 people were taken into custody after the nighttime raid to free University of Rochester seniors Nicholas Callias, Kollias, 21, and Annie Okeke-Iwo, Okeke-EWO, 21. Now, Okeke-Iwo, obviously, as you probably surmised, is black, and I'm guessing he's of African descent in originality. He's probably an African student. Nicholas Callias is white. Now, I'm not making any inference here at all. I mean, they're just probably good friends that met at college, but they were together in a car. According to the stories, they were together in a car when they were abducted. Now, the strange thing about this is you have to understand is that Callias is 6 foot tall, 240 pounds. He looks like a linebacker. I mean, he's not a little guy and he's not fat. He looks like a he's built like a freaking, Mack truck. And you've got Okeke-Iwo, who's 6'1", 215 pounds. Again, not fat. Both of these boys could be playing for the college football team. I'm serious. That's what they look like. And yet they were abducted. They were reported missing at about 6:30 on Saturday. They had last been seen around 2 a.m. that morning near campus and were believed to have been traveling together in a 2005 BMW SUV. Now, you've got 2 adults. They were reported missing at 6:30 p.m. Now, that's about approximately 15, 16 hours after they were last seen. That's not even a full day. And you're telling me that 2 adult males 2 adult males. Not even missing for a day. And the police are going to take this seriously? Why? Something is not adding up. Now, I'm not saying that they were not originally missing, but usually, don't we always say, well, the 24, 48, 72 hours is how long you got to be missing before the police get involved. Why is it that the police get involved basically as soon as these guys were reported missing, less than a day later? See, I question all of this stuff. I'm starting to question a lot more of what I'm hearing and seeing from the lamestream media. Because they're not giving us the whole story here. There's something else going on here that is not mentioned in the story. Now, Rochester Police Chief Michael Simonelli told a press conference on Sunday that Calais and Okiki-Iwu were recovering in the hospital after being treated for injuries. Now, the NBC station of WHEC quoted Simonelli as saying it was a targeted attack. One of the victims, not saying which one of the victims suffered a gunshot wound to his leg. A SWAT team rescue was launched after investigators were able to determine the home where the students were being held. And you got SWAT involved less than a day after going missing? Now, things that make you go, And that's pretty much, the whole story. They don't really give us more after that. Of course, you have the obligatory Taylor Swift picture and story that you can, black hole. If you click on that stuff, you go into a black hole. Can I say, look, I am not a Taylor Swift fan. And I know that there are probably a lot of my listeners out there who are. We've got, the Grammys. The Grammys have trended. There are more tweets on Grammys today than anything else, and I think that's sad. I really do. But I've got a perfect music, Hollywood, celebrity, whatever you want to call it, couple. I say that we get Taylor Swift and Justin Bieber hooked up. I think that would be an awesome wedding and marriage. I know the marriage would last all of about, a day, but I think it'd be awesome. I mean, he's a total... he's still acting like a total little prick on occasion. And frankly, I don't think she's as nice as everybody tries to make her out to be. She can be a little bitty if she wants to. And she just has that look about her that says, you know what? I wouldn't trust you. And personally, I'm not a Taylor Swift fan. I don't think she's all that talented. But, a lot of people do. Look, I don't think Justin Bieber's all that talented either. He has a halfway decent voice. The problem with him is his voice hasn't grown up. What, he's like 21, 22 now, 23 maybe? I don't know. How old is he? He's a legal drinking age, at least by now. And he's still acting like a tween half the time. And he still sounds like one. And yeah, he's got a new hit out there, a new hit record. You can't miss it on the radio, I guess, but still kind of sounds like he's a teenager. Kid hasn't grown up. And, I know there are probably people argue with me, but, unfortunately for Justin Bieber, he can't get away with it like Michael Jackson did because he has nowhere near the amount of talent that Michael Jackson had. Sorry. I know I'm probably going to... no, I won't get in trouble for that. I have more than one occasion totally... See, this is another one of those things that makes me go, On more than one occasion on my Twitter feed, and look, I right now, I have a Twitter following of more than 10,000 people. I have more than 10,000 followers. Now, it's not great. There are people in the millions. I get that. And so Justin Bieber has more than a million. He's got 3 million followers or something like that. Something ridiculous. I get it. Which is all the more strange to me, actually. Because on more than one occasion, I have, hashtagged and at Justin Bieber. I have just totally berated him and got nothing back. No return fire at all. So I'm actually, and we hear all these stories sometimes about how the fans of some of these celebrities, when somebody says something negative about them, how they jump on the people that say the negative stuff. Not one single negative retort to any anti-Justin Bieber tweet that I have ever posted over the last 3 years. Not one. So it kind of makes things that, why is that? Oh yeah, I've had quite a few people agree with me, but I haven't had anybody disagree. Just things that make you go, I don't know. And it isn't this because I don't launch into Justin Bieber or anybody simply because I just want to launch into him. It's in reaction to something that they're in the news for having done. And trust me, you know as well as I do, Justin Bieber has had plenty. He's done plenty over the last 2 or 3 years that puts him in the news in a negative light. So that's all on him. Well, maybe because people, even most of the Justin Bieber fans realize that, well, Rod's kind of right. Justin Bieber is acting like kind of a DICCK, right? Just saying. Just saying. And for those of you who are, just tuning in and you're not ecclesiastites, let me quickly tell you what this program is about. It's about politics, current events, and pop culture. So, yeah, talking about Justin Bieber and Taylor Swift. Why do I want to call her Taylor Lautner? There is a Taylor Lautner, right? Yeah, he's the he was in the sparkly vampire movie. He was a wolf. That's his claim to fame. I saw a picture of him recently. Well, I think it has to do with something like the Grand. I don't know. It's on the red carpet somewhere. And I'm looking at him. I'm thinking he's evidently, supposedly. I'm not, calling him out or anything, but supposedly because everybody's wondering what his ethnicity is. But I remember somebody, maybe it was him, explaining that he is mostly Native American, which would, explain his skin tone. But I look at the kid and I just say, well, I guess he's not a kid either. He's like Justin Bieber. Was he like 23 now? 25 maybe? I don't know. But I don't follow all these tween people. I don't know how old they are. I know approximate ages. I don't follow them like that. But I'm looking at this picture and thinking, dude, you really got to open your eyes. What's with this, squinty, smoldering look all the time? Open your freaking eyes. People want to see your eyes. I don't get why they got to be. So why has everybody got a scowl in a picture? That's what it looks like. It looks like you're scowling or like you need glasses because you're squinting at, to see who's taking a picture. I don't know, but that's just me, folks, I guess. It's just me going on a rant half the time. Obama's ISIS strategy is designed to fail like Obamacare. It's designed to fail like Fast and Furious. I'm going to admit, I could not bring myself to watch what this idioso had to say about ISIS. And I was just, I listened to the excerpts and I listened to everybody else and read all this other stuff about commentary, even some on the left. Really, it's all about gun control. I told you that's all it was going to be about anyway. It's all about gun control. Hey, we got too many guns out there. If we didn't have so many guns, if we had, comprehensive gun control laws, then these two wouldn't have gotten their guns. Which is total BS because there's nothing that's been proposed that would have prevented them from getting their gun legally. So, but when do criminals follow the law anyway? They probably just follow the law in order to avoid detection. I don't know. Well, we'll get more into this when we get back. Hold on, folks.